Hey guys, Bree here. So we're gonna make some little font letters for Riley, and so she's pre-K level, so she's 4 right now, but we're gonna be working with her at home so she can be ready to go to kindergarten next year. So we have been working on letters and mainly uppercase and lowercase, just trying to distinguish the difference between the two. Which, if any of you guys have ever taught your pre-K age little ones, and you have some recommendations, feel free to send me a message with any help that you might have, okay? Feel free to type in the word font below and I'll send you all the details, F-O-N-T. And these little magnetic sheets, you can get them from anywhere. I happen to get this set from Walmart. But other than that, everything else you will find in that messenger, okay? So let's go ahead and do this. So first thing I have is I bought these chalk suede sheets, okay? It comes in a pack of 12 and it's a 12 by 12 inch paper. But you know what I did was I had actually cut them up recently for a scrapbook project, which I don't know if you guys remember or not, but I made this scrapbook. And it was kind of like a little explore one. I haven't put anything in it just yet, but I did cut the sheets to size. And so I did put my chalk suede sheets in here for that piece. So I went ahead and used the leftover scraps to kind of go through and do this project, okay? So I cut apart these little squares, and I am using the Farmhouse letterboard font. So these little squares are, looks like it is about 3 1/4 and 2 3/4, okay? So that's kind of the size, but we're actually going to be using half of it, okay? We're gonna put 2 letters on there. At least that's what we're gonna attempt to do, okay? So first thing I need to do is wax my chalk suede sheet. Now, I am going to wax them because it just makes it a lot easier for her to pull off the letters. Let me get, since I am on live, if you are catching the replay, type in replay, but let me just make sure I go ahead and say hi to people who are on. Hi, Charlotta. Hi, Barbara and Nancy and Sherry, Betty, Terry, Tina, Sophia, Margaret, Vivian, Laura. Nancy, thank you for the stars. I sure do appreciate that. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Elaine and Susan. Hello. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with these. So I am going to just wax a little bit on top of these. And I'm actually going to be using ink. And the reason I'm using ink, you guys, is because I don't want her to, I don't want to worry about her playing with them, taking them on and off the magnetic board or the refrigerator, and then them messing up and kind of coming off. So we will do it like this. Next thing I'm going to grab is I'm going to grab our letters. So I did use the Farmhouse one, and specifically for capital, for uppercase and lowercase, and then plus it has the numbers as well. So I'm going to take off the capital R, and then we're going to go lowercase y, l, and she knows the letters that are in her name, so that's good. And she knows how to write her name, which we're working on it. You know how kids, like, whenever they start writing, everything is backwards. Well, a lot of things can be backwards. So we're trying to get those down. All right, so we worked on numbers 1 and 2, and then we also worked on letters A, B, and C. So that's kind of where we're at. So if I have time to do all of those, I'm just gonna put all of my letters on my mat that I plan on doing. And then that'll just kind of help me have an idea of like how much room and how many more I need. Kind of get everything done at the same time would be nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut these little guys in half. because I do want them in half. Let's see. I'm just gonna fold it over. And then I'm gonna put it in here and just chop them in half. Okay. So this kind of helps me line up my letters here in a little bit. Plus this makes all of the boxes the same size. If you want to cut them out individually, like cut around the letters, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm just gonna kind of do it this way. All right, R-Y-L-E-I-G-H. Okay, and then we're gonna go this way. Let me cut out a couple more. So I just kind of, again, I cut them all the same size. A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3. All right, let me wax these two because I just didn't cut enough earlier. So if you are just jumping on, say hello. Hit that heart button for me. No, she doesn't. So she would be going into pre-K. But here where we're at, you have to qualify for pre-K, and she doesn't quite qualify. It's based on like household statuses and stuff. So we won't qualify. But I went, and I will show you guys some videos. I have been taking some videos and some pictures of her, and she is so stinking cute right now. I went to Lakeshore Learning, and it's a store that has like all kinds of teacher stuff, but like tons of just primary and elementary things for kids. And I bought her like this magnetic whiteboard, and I got her these notebooks that she's been writing in, and then there's like these things with the dabbers, and it's so cute. So like red is A, and then so any A that she sees, she puts a red dot on, and so she's done really good with that. And then I also, y'all, the best purchase I made from that store was this responsibility chart, and I will post the photo and the video of her, but she went to bed so excited to get so many stars, and then she was like, okay, when I get up in the morning, I'm gonna make the bed and I can have a star, and then I'm gonna brush my teeth and I'm gonna do this. And I threw away the trash. I said, please and thank you, can I have a star now? Like, she was so cute about all of it, you guys. So I'm really excited. I absolutely love Lakeshore. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I was a teacher, and originally I wanted to teach like pre-K, first, kinder, something like that. Small children, anything second grade and under, right? Before testing. But my degree ended up being in mathematics, and 7th to 12th grade is my my certification. But I just loved kids. Like, I just loved the learning part and like seeing the aha moments for them. But anyways, I taught Vacation Bible School for a couple of summers, and I quickly realized that pre-K is not what I wanted to teach. I was exhausted after a week, so I was like, yeah, this is probably not for me. I still loved math, so anyways, I went and taught high school for about 8 years, 7, 8 years, and then the pandemic hit. And then I stayed at home because Ryleigh was a year old. So, but anyways, it was super, it's super fun for me to go back and be able to do that with her. So I'm really excited. I'm glad that I have, like, you know, I have the time, and with Robert home as well, it just really helps. So between the two of us, we're doing like, you know, school time, homework, learning. So it's gonna be good. All right, now Robert's finishing up. You guys, we have all of our cow boxes are packaged up and will be picked up. I don't know if they'll be picked up tonight. They'll probably be picked up tomorrow. But you should have, if you did get a cow craft box, you should receive an email. sometime today. Okay, that it is being processed. And if you were one of the few people who bought it the day I was packaging up, you won't see your email yet. You'll probably see your email tomorrow, because those were not quite ready to go, but they should be ready to go hopefully by tomorrow. We'll get them cut out and stuff. Okay. All right, let's see. Love Lakeshore, retired preschool director. Oh yeah, it's such a good place. I love it. Taught pre-K for years, but rewarding but exhausting, right? Nope, not for me. I'll stick with 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Yeah, after I did that, like I said, after I did the Vacation Bible School, I was like, I don't think I could do this. I need these little humans to be able to talk to me, not talk back to me, but talk to me. And granted, I did go the high school route. But they never really talked back to me. I never had problems with any of my students when I taught high school. I don't know. I never had issues with them. People are like, don't they think that you're a student? I'm like, yeah, you know, I get that a lot, but it's whatever. Eventually they'll know who I am. And then I think the kids at the beginning, they think they can get away with things. And I'm like, no, you're not going to get away with things. And you're here to learn. And most of the time, you guys, anytime kids act up in school, it's not because they're bad kids. It's not. It's because truly they either had a bad experience, and they act like they don't know what they're doing, or they act like they don't like math, but it's because they don't understand it, or like they didn't have a good foundation. So I loved teaching like algebra and all of the courses where you had to retake it over if you failed. So that's usually the kids that I had. And at one of my schools that I taught at, it was a newcomer program. And what that was, it was students who came over directly from another country, no English, and were thrown right into high school, you know. So I had them in a class, and I had the kids who were repeating algebra in the same class. And they all did so good because it was a basics, like you had to start from the beginning, you know, and most of the time it was because they didn't grasp or understand the concepts that were being taught, or were never, you know, nobody took the time to really make sure that they understood it. So high school was definitely where I was supposed to be. Plus I taught tennis, coached tennis, and that was one of my reasons for even going into the teaching field, was to coach. All right, so I did all of her name real quick in ink, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull these off. Now, the one thing about ink, you guys, it does take a lot longer to dry, so I did do all of hers, and then I'm pulling them off now. Okay, let's see. We're newcomers. Donna, they are the best. I absolutely loved my newcomer program. Like, I loved the newcomer program. That was probably my favorite out of all the different courses I taught. Was that one, for sure. Hi, Mary. Who was that? Let me see. I saw somebody pop on. Hi, Barbara. And my letters. Oh, there you go. You both missed them a lot, right? Hi, Johanna. All right, so if you guys are just popping on, the keyword for today is font, F-O-N-T. Feel free to type that in. We're just kind of chit-chatting about school. And if you have a little one, or you've taught pre-K, or you have any insight, or taught kindergarten, feel free to send me a message and let me know if you have any tips or tricks or things that you recommend kids know when going into kindergarten. So the list that I do have, because of one of my really good friends, she's a kindergarten, well, she's taught kindergarten, pre-K, special ed, dual credit, or not dual credit, what is it? Duolingo, what is the, something like that, whatever it's called. Why did I just blink out on the name of that? But, oh, that's crazy. That's pretty cool, Charlene, though. Hi, Connie. But yeah, let me know, like, things like that. And so my friend told me, like, writing her name, knowing her family members by name, also being able to know her shapes, her colors, identifying numbers 0 through 9, identify, what is it? Be able to write her name is great. Be able to open up, this is the kind of stuff that I want help with. Be able to open up milk. You know how like sometimes it's hard to open up milk, or tie your shoes? Like little things like that that are skills that they need to know, but it's not necessarily things you would expect to teach them, but it will help them in kindergarten. You know what I mean? To be a little bit more self-sufficient as a kindergartner, right? But we'll work on tying shoes. We'll work on opening up milk or juice pouches, or, you know, stuff like that. Somebody asked, why am I using ink? So I'm using ink because I am going to heat set them, because we're turning them into magnets, and Ryleigh will be able to, you know, like stack them, play with them. And I just, if they were to get scratched, the paste could potentially scratch away, and I don't want them to come off at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and use ink. We're gonna heat set them real quick. While those are kind of drying, I'm just gonna clean off these guys. So to clean them, I'm just gonna use board eraser. I'm just using board eraser. I clean one side, the other side. 2 are cleaned. It's really easy to clean them off. Just, I recommend doing it right away or as quickly as possible, and it makes it a lot easier. All right, so almost done cleaning. I have my heat press on to 350, and we're gonna go ahead and heat set these little letters, and then we're gonna put them on the magnetic pieces, and then we're gonna cut them out, okay? And then we will be done. And then we'll show Ryleigh. All right, so those are all clean. 10 sight words, recognize and count to 100, phone, address, family members, shoe tying. Holy smokes, counting to 100. Well, I mean, that would be cool. We're working on getting to 20. Like she knows the numbers, but she gets to a certain number and then she skips like 3 of them and then finishes out. So I'm trying to get her to not skip 14 through 17. All right, so let's go ahead and put these on here. And these guys. Let me see if I can maybe dry. That definitely helped. No, I didn't do 3 yet. We just worked on 1 and 2. She's stuck on 2 right now. Well, we did work on 3. I take that back. We did do 3. but that's because she wanted to go ahead instead of stopping. But she's having trouble writing the number 2. So I'm trying not to go too fast and her little brain overstimulate her brain. So now that those are done, I'm gonna go ahead and get a piece of parchment paper we're gonna lay over top. I have to get a new piece of parchment paper because the last one we did with the apron, it had some ink on it. So we'll just get a new little piece here. Got married, started family, want to go back to teaching. Also quickly realized I should go back to my accounting position. Let's see, that is cool. I didn't know you could heat set the sheets. Yes, you definitely can heat set the sheets. You can even heat set vinyl. Is that gonna fit? No. Let me scoot them in so I don't have to do it twice. Okay. You can heat set like vinyl. Heat transfer vinyl, or, well, you could do heat transfer vinyl too, but what is it called? Just like regular vinyl, like 651 permanent, permanent vinyl. I was like, what are these words? All right, so I'm doing 30 seconds. Oh, I messed up the C. How did I do that? Oh, I bet you it had a little weird piece of, thing on it. Darn it. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I think I had my heat too high. I'm gonna try something. We're gonna drop the temperature down to 300. I probably shouldn't have done 30 seconds. I probably should have just done 10 seconds and it might have been okay, but let me just test that real quick. While that's cooling off, I'm just gonna fix the L, 2, and C. So let's fix those real quick. Okay. I actually think it was the sheet itself. I just did too high and it kind of melted it. So, good to know. We're all learning. And let's cut these 2 in half. And these 2 as well. Ah! Don't move on me. That one moved on me. Oh well. I'm actually gonna drop it down to 250. I'm gonna drop it to 250. Let's start with that. Okay. So let's go back and do a little bit of wax. Let me see, I need to redo these 2 for sure. This A does look a little funny, but I think it's fine. We'll do 1, 2, and C, and then I'll go ahead and throw in the number 3. Since I have 4 pieces here, might as well. All right, Are you the number 1? Yes. And C. And, oh, that's an L. Let's do number 1, not L. Let's try it. I did use the wax, but it's not the wax. So it looks like it's the suede piece on the paper. It kind of melted. It melted, and I can see like the, how do I see it? You can't really tell if I hold, I don't think you can tell. Do you see the shiny part on the outside? And the inside, it doesn't have that shiny part, like that shiny part right here. So it looks like it melted the, whatever coating is on the suede sheets. It looks like it kind of melted that. So the wax isn't going to be the issue. I thought maybe it had like a clump of wax and that's why it expanded on the letter, but it's actually the material that's on top of the suede sheet. So we're gonna, again, we're lowering the heat because it was just way too hot. I normally lower the heat too. I don't know what or why. And I was thinking to myself, pretty sure you shouldn't put it on there that long. We'll see. that was the conversation in my head. So, you know what? I should listen to myself sometimes. Yay, how fun. Receiving boxes are so exciting, right? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put these on here, and then we're not going to put as high of a temperature or as long, and we will see if that makes the difference. All right, where did my paper towel go? We'll just use this. All right, again, I am using ink, and we do need to heat set it. But we just need to not heat set for as long as we did the first time. All right. Let's remove these. Two, 3, and C. All right. So a little bit got on the bottom of my chalk suede sheet, but I just wiped it right off. That is cool about if you're using the paper or the chalk suede sheets and you're using ink, sometimes you can just quickly wipe it away if you accidentally go outside the lines. All right, so let's clean these little guys off. All right, and I really don't know what I did with my napkin. Found it. Make the one into a penguin. It does kind of look like a penguin, doesn't it? Hi, Megan. Hi, Linda. Hi, Velma. She said it looks kind of like a penguin. Okay, so let's move these little guys out the way. Those are done. These are the ones we're gonna try and see if a different heat and amount of time we heat it for will do the trick. So I'm just trying to dry up the ink just a little bit, enough so the what is it called? Parchment paper doesn't stick to it. Okay, so let's give it a try. All right, it's made it to 284. Hi, Angel. And we're gonna try 10 seconds. And that did it. That was good. Okay, it was at about, I would probably say like 275 is okay. I did it about 280, but now it's at 275, and I did it for 10 seconds. So I'm just trying to see, is it dry? And it's not coming off, it's not smearing or smudging. There we go. All right, 275, 10 seconds. Not 350 for 30 seconds, or you will burn your paper. All right, so although I did kind of burn all of these, it's fine. It's still gonna work just fine. So I've got the ABC, okay, and I've got 1, 2, 3, and then I've got Ryleigh's name here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these sheets. So these are like little magnetic sheets. I just got mine from Walmart. It comes in a little pack of 2, and it's like $1.80 something. Heat gun versus hair dryer. You can use a hair dryer. I find that the hair dryer blows too much, and the little heat gun that I have, it doesn't get extremely hot, but I find that it's easier. Excuse me. I do find that it's easier to use. So what if I go, all right. So I'm gonna press them on there. R-Y-L. Even though that L looks like a 1. E. I. G. Oh, will it fit? Not really. We'll just have to go sideways on this one. So we'll waste a little bit. We'll waste a little bit of paper on this one, but we could put something else in its place, right? So I'm just gonna use some scissors, and I'm just gonna cut our little letters out. Super easy to cut through, not hard at all. Again, feel free, type in the word font, F-O-N-T, and I'll send you the info on all the stuff I got to use to make these. But the magnetic sheets you can get anywhere, whatever store you prefer. I did get mine from Walmart. Okay, let's cut these apart. Oh, forgot the H. Oh, he's fine. Or if I could just put this back on here. I can put it back on there and maybe we can use it for something else. It's just a little piece. And then let's do the other one. I'll kind of show you guys, hopefully. We're just gonna borrow. We're gonna borrow this one that we did already. I know, the nominee color is gorgeous, isn't it? Ah, her name doesn't fit on the board. I have a bigger board. Oh, I think I did 2 1s. I did, y'all. I did 2 1s instead of an L. I looked at it, and you guys even know I said something too. I was like, I have 2 1s, so guess what? I'm gonna have to make Ryleigh another L because her L is a 1 right now. You know what? I wonder if I can just kind of scratch off. I don't know, since it's already heat set, I can't do it. Ah! It's fine. It'll all be okay, right? Let's see. Hi. All right. Let's go with A. B and C. So sticky. I'm gonna cut off a little piece of that one. All right, so since I already have the 1 done, I don't need to do another one. I just need to make another L. All right. Let's all right, I'll put that back on there. Oops. That way we can use the paper again. Maybe if I put it back on the correct side, it would stay better. But, all right. So we've got those. And again, I said I got a 1 instead of the L. I put the 1 here, so oops, I need to go back and do an L. Here is the actual L, but it looks a little funny. I wonder if I could just fill it in with some paint. I wonder if we could do that real quick. Let me see. I might just be able to fill it in. Maybe not. It doesn't want to go very dark. See, here's the O. It bugs me, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can fix it. I have to fix it. All right. Let's spray that, clean it up. All right, sorry y'all. I just had to fix it. I just can't leave her with a 1. Couldn't do it. The magnet sheets I got from Walmart. Okay. Let us put this on here. It is at 350 now. Again, just about 10 seconds. Did just fine. And let's get this on here. Ta-da! All right, I got her L instead of her 1. Okay, sorry, my chalkboard's not clear. It's just the first one I could find, but we did all of the little magnetic letters, okay? So they were little magnetic sheets, you guys, and we did use chalk suede sheets with the farmhouse tile, the farmhouse letterboard font, okay? So feel free to type in the word font, F-O-N-T, and I'll send you the supply list. But the chalk suede sheets, I used the leftovers that I had from my scrapbook that I did, and we found out, do not heat it normal, 350, 30 seconds. It will burn, and it will make your things look funny, okay? So what we found out is you could probably do 250 or 275, 10 seconds. That's honestly all you really need. Stick them onto your magnetic sheets and then they're good to go. So if you want to actually cut them out, feel free to do that. I just tried to do them all on the same, like the same style of squares, rectangles. So that way it was a little bit easier. But couldn't bring it up. Oh no, Tracy, hi, glad you're here though. Oh, how cool, Florine, yay, well, good for you. Yay, Elaine, can't wait to see it. Awesome. Thank you. Well, hope you guys loved it. That's pretty cool. I will show you guys how it looks on her board, plus her whiteboard. It is magnetic, but at least you won't really see the outside. You really just see the letters stand out a little bit more. So that'll be pretty cool. Okay. But anyways, like I said, we're working on letters, spelling, names, 1, 2, 3s, ABCs, things like that. But I'll send you guys, I'll post some videos of how she's been doing, which she's been doing pretty darn awesome. So, all right, you guys, again, feel free. There is a link down below that has all of my links, including like all of my social media. It has my chalk website, my t-shirt and craft box website. It has my cutout website. It has notifications, signups if you need that. Feel free to visit that, okay? If you're not sure where to find things. But other than that, I will talk to you guys soon. Again, if you're not in the VIP group, get there because there are 3 ways to earn giveaways this month and they explain it in the VIP group, okay? So type in the word font, F-O-N-T. You can get in the VIP group as well as get the supply list today. All right, you guys? All right. Have a great rest of your day and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey, Sonia. Bye, Sonia. Bye, you guys.